Hey, how's it going? My name is Chris Down. Welcome to my channel. Today what we're going to be talking about is how to find negative keywords for a local Google Ads campaign. So I'm going to be focusing mainly on lead generation, so like local lead gen. And for myself personally, I work primarily in the home improvement space. But that said, this can pretty much apply to any local business. And before I get into it, I'm actually going to get my face out of the bottom corner here. I just wanted to kind of introduce myself before we get going. So if you're not familiar with what a negative keyword is, it's essentially just the opposite of a keyword. You're telling Google the words and phrases you don't want your ads to show up for. And it's very, very, very important that you go the extra mile with this, because at the end of the day, a lot of people just don't put in the effort to build out a really good negative keyword list, and it kind of shows in some of the accounts that I've gone into. I've been into accounts where they only have like 10 negative keywords, and then half of the search traffic they generate is, people looking for irrelevant things that aren't even related to what they're trying to show up for. So this is probably one of the best ways you can go about preventing wasted spend on your Google Ads account. And really what it comes down to at the end of the day with Google Ads is you want to take as much control out of Google's hands as possible, because they'll just straight up spend your money. They don't really care, if your traffic is good or not. So we need to be able to control that as much as possible with negative keywords. So a few main ways that I go about finding negative keywords: you're going to have your general kind of negative keywords, things like job, employment free, DIY, all that kind of stuff. And I say here, it's usually just best to Google these common lists. So this is usually what I do whenever I'm launching a campaign. I pretty much just go to Google, type in something like most common negative keywords, and I'll just go through the list and then start pulling things that are relevant to that campaign. In a lot of cases, I'll already have keyword lists already built up, so I'll just straight up copy and paste those. But if you don't have a negative keyword list already, you can go ahead and just Google something like that, go to one of these lists, start pulling keyword ideas off of those lists, and drop those into your campaign. So that's kind of like the first layer. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually drop in state names as well, state names and abbreviations. You don't have to do this. For me, I'm really, really big on trying to, like I said before, take as much control out of Google's hands as possible. So if it's relevant to yourself and your campaign, that might be an option as well. It might be a little bit overkill, but I would rather have my campaigns be as tight as possible with as little waste as possible. Another way you can get some negative keywords for your campaign is look at the competitors and the other brands in your marketplace. So on the first level, start looking at your local competitors. Usually what I'll do is I will go to the Google Maps listings. I'll go to Google Maps or just Google in general, and I'll look up, for this particular example, I said, all right, let's say I'm doing a campaign for a roofer in the Austin, Texas area. I would literally just come to Google Maps and look up roofing companies in Austin, Texas, and I would just straight up just go down this list and exact match negative all of these brand names out. And it seems tedious, and it definitely is, trust me. But you don't want to be just showing up for competitor branded search terms. You can build a campaign around that. I wouldn't really recommend that to start. It can work, but that's much more complicated. And it's usually best to just negative all these out. Make sure you're not showing up for these branded search terms. And that's another way you can grab some more negative keywords for your list. Another thing that you want to think about, and this is really more in the home improvement space, are like big brand names. A lot of times on my end, for example, I recently launched a kitchen and bathroom remodeling campaign. A lot of searches you'll see through like the keyword planner and things like that. You're going to see searches for like Home Depot, Lowe's, sort of like DIY type stuff. So negativing out, I don't even know if that's a word, including negatives like Home Depot, Lowe's, things like that. You definitely want to incorporate those as well. So those are kind of like the first two ways that I go about finding negative keywords. And the final way is I just like the keyword research video, I just go through the Google Ads, Google Keyword Planner, and I just pull negative keyword ideas from there. So let me show you what that actually looks like. I actually went ahead and I did a quick search already, also in the Austin, Texas area. And essentially what you're going to do is, very similar to the keyword research video, drop in like root keywords, and then just start going through the list. And I can just kind of show you what that looks like right here. So you're going to see high quality keywords. These are all good keywords. But you're going to see right here, you're going to start seeing, I'm assuming, in the Austin area, I didn't do a ton of research into all the different competitors, but I'm assuming this is a competitor, a competitor branded search term. I would literally just exact match negative that out. Same with ABC Roof. Perhaps that is a competitive competitor term rather. Let's see, what else do we have here? Precision Roofing. That's probably also a competitor term. I would negative that out. GAF Roof. I would probably say that's most likely a negative because you can see the competition on it is pretty low. So it's probably not a very high intent keyword, so I'll probably negative that out. Another branded search. I think you kind of get the idea here. Essentially what you're going to be doing is I would go through probably all of these keywords. Again, it's going to be very tedious, but you want to make sure that you're going through all of these and you're finding all these potential opportunities for, here's two right here, all these potential opportunities where your budget can be wasted. Best roof shingles. This is literally just somebody looking for roof shingles. And if you have a client or you're a business owner or you're running one of these campaigns, you don't want to be spending money on somebody just looking for roof shingles. That's going to be burning your budget. Even if it's only $10 for a click or something like that, that's still $10 that could have gone to generating more leads. Same with Owens Corning Roofing, another branded GAF roof shingles again. So I would just straight up take roof shingles and then just negative that term out. So this kind of idea works across really any niche. Again, what you want to do is just keep going through this list and then just pull all of the branded terms, all of the random things like people searching for shingles and stuff like that, drop them into a spreadsheet. I am pretty simple with this kind of stuff. Literally, I will actually just have a spreadsheet just like Google Sheets. I'll just drop my list into here. And then what I do is I have a tool that I use called AdWords Wrapper. And you can pretty much just take your negative keyword list, drop it into here. You hit wrap keywords, and then you can pretty much just wrap them in whatever kind of match type that you're looking for. So that is sort of where I find keywords, how I go about finding negative keywords. But last little point here is, where do I put them? So if you're not familiar with negative keywords or anything like that, there is a section for each campaign, ad group, etc. under keywords. So if you go to your campaign, I'm just picking this one for example, go under keywords here, click on negative keywords. What you want to do is you go here, click the plus sign, you can drop all of your negative keywords in here. For this particular campaign, let me get this out of here. For this particular campaign, there's a lot of negative keywords on this campaign. And I'm a big fan of doing it that way because, again, like I said, you're taking as much power out of Google's hands as possible, and you're really, really controlling the traffic that's coming into your account. And also, one last point here in terms of phrase match and exact match. In general, I will use phrase match. In some cases, I'll use exact match. So if it's like a competitor branded kind of search term where it's like, XYZ roofing company, you want to make sure that's exact match. Because obviously if you're trying to have your ads show up for roofing or roofing company, you want to make sure that that's not in conflict with your keywords that you're bidding on. So I try to keep those in as phrase or exact. And generally I'll drop them at the campaign level. So what I mean by that is if I come back over here, when you put a negative keyword into your account, you can drop it up here at the campaign level. And then all the negative keywords you drop up here, they're essentially going to apply to every single ad group within that campaign. But then also at the same time, you can drop them at the ad group level. So there are some scenarios where I don't know what like the proper terminology for this. I just call it like layering keywords. So you kind of have your general negative keyword list, but then let's say you have two ad groups. I think there's actually one in this account, for example, where there's like a general bathroom remodeling ad group, and then there is a luxury bathroom remodeling ad group. The issue I was running into here was the people were searching for luxury bathroom remodeling, but it was triggering the kind of like more generic bathroom remodeling ads, but I had a specific ad group, luxury bathroom remodeling, that I wanted those searches to trigger for that ad group, so the luxury bathroom remodeling ads would show. So in the general bathroom remodeling ad group, I just dropped a negative keyword that was just, luxury bathroom remodeling as like a phrase match, just so I could prevent that kind of confusion on Google's end. So that's a little bit more, that's just a bit of gray area there. I can't just give you a rule of thumb to say, oh, do this here, do this there. It's kind of like it's all dependent upon the campaign and the structure and all that kind of stuff. But that's pretty much it for this video. I don't want us to ramble on too long. But that is how I go about finding negative keywords. Again, you want to make sure you have a very just detailed list with these, because a lot of people they're just not going to do that work. And if you really want to get the leg up on your competitors, this is one way you go about doing that. So before I sign off here, I got to do my regular shilling on the video. If you want a 100% free Google Ads audit, where I pretty much go over your account, look over everything, give you some input, totally free. There's a link down in the description. You can click on that, send a kind of a contact form over to me. I'll go over it, see if I can help you out. If I can, I'll reach out to you to schedule a free audit. And yeah, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, if you appreciate the content that I put up here, feel free to subscribe, drop a like. That's always appreciated. And if there's anything else you're looking for, drop a comment below. Let me know what you're kind of working on your end. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, feel free to drop that below. And then also I'm going to drop some of my personal social media profiles below. So if you want to follow me on there, connect with me on any of those are going to be down there as well. And yeah, I'm going to leave it at that for now. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. And if you enjoyed it, subscribe, like, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks.